What's going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we're back with some more Pirate Rumble action. Today we're going to be having a look at Nico Robin, Demonio Fleur Nico Robin, in some Pirate Rumble. Now, the interesting thing is, I was really expecting this Robin to be a kind of a big hitter for Rumble, and I mean, the thing about her is that her Rumble special might be one of the best. I mean Rumble, I mean her Rumble ability. Her Rumble ability might be one of the best Rumble abilities in the game, giving quick allies level 5 health, level 5 attack, and level 3 CT speed up, which is just an incredibly offensively focused Rumble ability, as well as applying level 5 attack down to strength enemies. So it's really good for quick teams. However, the special ability is a little bit lame in the fact that it does an 80% chance of paralysis in a large range. It does level 5 defense down, level 5 attack down, and then a 20% health cut. So it's more of a utility kind of special where you can provide a little bit of health cut and a little bit of debuffs, but realistically, the way that I see this Robin is she's kind of like a utility piece where you can have her on the crew. The rest of your quick units are just going to be hitting harder, they're a little bit more bulky, and they had that CT increase, which is of course very, very powerful. When you partner that up with someone like Guild Tesoro, for example, who also increases the crew's CT speed up, and then you've got like Shiryu, which can also increase your quick allies' CT speed increase, and then a character like Akainu, which actually gives himself CT increase as well. The focus of this team is to kill strength teams as fast as we possibly can. So hopefully Robin can facilitate that along with Tesoro, Shiryu, and then our Kaido and our Akainu can hit extremely hard. So that's the goal of today's video, is to show off Nico Robin and how she kind of fits into these quick teams. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, so we finally found somewhat of a strength team. I don't know what is going on, but I guess it's maybe because we're really high ranked right now, but it took me so long. It took me like 5 minutes to actually find a team. So this is an interesting looking team, as it is solely focused around the slashers, at least for the front half of the team. When you see the bench there, you've got Kid and Ace on the bench, which are just really hard hitting units. So I'm interested to see how this one's going to go. Obviously, strength slasher with Odin V1, it's going to be a pretty fast team, so they're going to hit hard. Nonetheless, they're going to be hitting hard. However, we can also hit them really hard on the clapback, considering Akainu, he does additional damage to strength. If Shiryu launches in the first 30 seconds, he also does a bit of additional damage towards strength as well. Look at that, level 16 CT increase for Sakazuki there is phenomenal. The rest of the team with level 11 CT increase. This is absurd numbers here for the quick team. So Robin's a huge addition, and hopefully we can start launching our special soon enough. Kaido is going to be the first to launch, giving some defense down. And remember, with Robin on the team, we also get attack down given to all of these units as well. So they're not going to be hitting as hard. But look at how much damage that Kaido did. And already Tesoro is launching his special. When do you see Tesoro launch his special in the first 30 seconds? All these debuffs and then the 20% health cut. Odin will launch, but we're going to tank that really easy here. Like, this is not going to be a problem. Kid does have his special though, so that is kind of scary. Yeah, we eat it up. And then Akainu's probably just going to wrap up the game here. Hold up. Bing, bing, bing. Yeah, it's just that easy, bruh. It's just that easy. And Shiryu just chilling, waiting for Ace to come in. He's only going to do a little bit of damage. It's not going to do too much. But Ace is chilling by himself. He hasn't really got a lot going for him. We've already launched all of our specials. And from here, we just get a very easy dub. Like, there's just not really much going on. Ace doesn't have his special. And Kaido is launching twice in the first 50 seconds. That is unusual. That never happens in a quick team. Kaido launching in the first 50 seconds twice. That is absurdity. So, a very, very convincing win against that strength team. Holy. And now we come up against a more typical team that you would normally see for a strength squad. We see Luffy crew, so Luffy crew are not going to, they're going to be annoying, especially if Luffy crew is able to launch first. But I have a little bit of faith still left for sure. And it is weird to see Toki on the bench. If Toki was replaced with like Super Type Kid, this would be a much, much better team. So the fact that there's no Super Type Kid, the fact that, you know, Jack's on their team is like their main defensive style unit, like this should be a pretty easy like whitewash for our crew. The only real reason why I would be in a little bit of trouble is if Luffy crew was able to launch first. But I'm not even worried about that either. Like, I feel like we should be able to tank most of these hits even if that were the case. But due to our CT increase, I really don't see this being an issue. Like, yeah, so you got like Law and Odin on level 7 CT increase. They are going to launch their special pretty quickly. Demonio Flu Robin is already ready to go. So paralysis, defense down, attack down, and the 20% health cut. That's awesome that that was able to go first. So they have less damage against us. They have less bulk. So our damage is going to be amazing against them here. Ace will launch, but he does do a decent amount of damage. We eat it up pretty well. Kaido with some more defense down and damage, but they're not really grouped together, which is really bad for us. So here's the Shiryu, and it is in the first 30 seconds, so he did launch the additional damage, and then Luffy's going to haste all the Free Spirit characters, so that's not good, but luckily, most of their characters have already launched their special, so we only have to worry about Odin, and look, from here, we eat it up, and we've got all of our specials ready to go again, so like, Akanu's going to come in and do heavy damage, and another health cut from Jack, that's whatever. Akanu should probably get a couple knockouts here. Should. No, okay, well, okay, I got that completely wrong. 3,500 fixed damage coming in from Tesoro, and that's where the final knockouts come in. So we're finally getting some knockouts here. Robin is ready to go again for the second time in the first 50 seconds of the game. Again, more defense, more attack down, and another health cut. Odin's not launching yet though. Toki's going to give them a bit of health back, a little bit of CT increase, but it's nothing too threatening yet. I'm looking at it right now, and we look pretty good, especially when we have Kaido coming in for even more defense down, and he hitting in that large range with so much defense down. Like, it's just a wrap. Like, there's not much the enemy can really do at that point. So despite that being a little bit more of a bulky team, we still kind of tore through it pretty effectively. Even if Kid was on the bench, yeah, he probably would have launched. It would have done a decent amount of damage to us. It wasn't really like threatening either, because we still have a relatively good array of characters on the bench too, which can definitely, carry them by themselves in terms of, outputting some damage, tanking a couple hits. So that wasn't really threatening at all either. Alright, so we found another team. I'm not really a big fan of this team, but what I'm going to do is after this match, we're going to go ahead and take on one of the challenge difficulty matches. I think that'll be a really good showing to see how this team performs against that. But this team is kind of interesting. We actually do see the super type Kid, Odin, Jack, the typical suspects. But then I do notice that they decided to kind of sneakily put in V2 Doflamingo on the bench. And that's kind of an interesting add to the team because, of course, the quick team, they're not going to do the best damage towards Dorothy. They'll just do decent damage. I think Dorothy might have some resistance against quick. Maybe it's only against Free Spirit. I'm not 100% sure on what his resistances actually are. But we do have the front line to deal with first, of course. Luffy Crew, of course, will be able to revive himself, which is kind of annoying. Here we go with Akainu first this time. That's awesome to see. And the additional damage to strength just hitting so hard. Shiryu will be able to do the additional damage towards strength, so we should be able to pick up a KO actually here with Shiryu. Let's see. Good damage. And we do pick up double knockout. That's really good to see. Defense and attack down with the Robin and the health cut, and then Kaido should come in and hopefully get a couple knockouts once again. Kid looks like he is going to be knocked out, which is so good. He's literally in negative defense. He was -5 defense. That is insane. Luffy Crew not really going to do much at this point. Who's actually left alive? Alright, Bato and Dofi. Okay, so Dofi, yeah, he's going to attack, but I mean, it's still 64 seconds. Like, he's only going to do 1 hit of damage. Like, that's it. We just straight up win. Yeah, again, pretty convincing win. That wasn't the best team, like the best strength team ever. But either way, it was still a really good showing. So we'll go ahead and take on a challenge difficulty quest with this team and see how we're able to perform against something like that. But either way, still, let's see how the rest of this match goes. Dofi just barely surviving at the end here. Again, Robin launching again for some health cuts and some stat reductions. And normal attacks, and it would be nice if we could just finally end this match. There we go, finally, okay. So Doflamingo being that last guy alive as suspected, but again, at the end of the day, the rest of the team just didn't stand up towards the ultra-offensive quick squad. And this team's a lot of fun to use, to be honest. It's really satisfying using all these specials so quickly before the opposing team can even do anything. Well, there we go. Let's see how we go against the recent challenge difficulty quest that was just put into the game, which is against Page 1. And this squad is kind of interesting where it's, it's a strength-focused squad, but they also have Orochi, which can help buff Driven and Powerhouse, which a lot of these characters are Driven and Powerhouse. So this is interesting. We'll see how we go with our ultra-offensive quick squad with Nico Robin. Hopefully we want Nico Robin to launch first, reduce their stats so that when they start launching specials against us, we can kind of deal with that. The bench is obviously the most frightening thing. Weird that who's on the bench, though, because his special actually gets debuffed if you don't launch it in the first 60 seconds, so I think it's a bit of a weird structure. I definitely, if I was them, I probably would have put who's who on the front line, so that is a bit of a strange one for them, but it does make it easier for us. Akainu launching already, dude, that's so amazing, holy. Alright, who's launching next? We got Jack. It's going to give us a bit of a health cut, which is not great. We tank that. Here we go with Kaido. Okay, unfortunately didn't... Oh, the defense down didn't hit too many, so that's not the best. Shiryu is going to launch eventually. Okay, a lot of damage from Ace. That's actually kind of scary. Here we go, Shiryu. Nice, getting a couple knockouts. Getting rid of the Orochi is actually really good. Drake will launch. I actually don't remember what Drake does. What does Drake actually do? 30% health cut and crit up, and then knock away. Okay. Nico Robin hasn't launched a single time yet, so the confusion was put on... Oh, we dodged the confusion, right, because it's only a chance for it to occur. Here we go with Robin, paralysis, defense, attack down. That's really good for us, so that the opposing team, when they launch, we should be able to tank it a little bit better. Uh-oh. Oh, that hurt. That was pretty rough. We do have our Rumble characters coming in off of the bench now, and Tesoro unfortunately just got knocked out before he was able to launch a special. That's a little bit unfortunate. Kaido's still up though, and still doing really good damage. Senor Pink will be able to launch too. What's his stats looking like? He's got 25 attack up right now. Look at that damage from Senor Pink though. Almost knocking out Jack. Okay, who's who? We still got Kid. It would be nice to get rid of Kid just so we don't have to, you know, deal with his special anymore. Jack's going to give them more defense. At least Jack only does health cuts. We're still in a really good position though. Here we go with Groggy. Nice, getting rid of Jack, and then it's just two guys left. One guy left, who's who. I don't see who's who knocking out the rest of our squad, so I think we're in a pretty good spot here just to straight up win. Here we go with the Whitebeard. Can he special bind him? Oh, he did special bind him, and with that being said, that is a very, very easy victory. I mean, just give them more stat reduction, a little bit of a health cut. Normal attack should be able to finish it off from here, I would think. And there we go. So, you know, against the recent challenge difficulty quest, Ultra Offensive Quick was still able to get the job done once again. So, and Robin actually survived the whole thing too. So that's awesome to see too. So, and the thing about it is the actual Rumble ability of Robin with the attack, HP, and CT increase, that doesn't actually go away after a certain time period. It's literally activated 100% of the time. So Robin is quite a powerhouse, I think, to the quick squads, just due to the fact that that Rumble ability is so incredibly strong. So that is going to wrap it up for me. I think ultimately that Nico Robin is actually a very good addition to quick teams. As we saw with the addition of Robin, Tesoro, Shiryu, the enhanced CT increase just gave us so much pressure that we were able to apply to the opposing side. And especially against strength specifically, the quick teams definitely have much more firepower to hit against them now. I mean, there's still going to be times where you can get kind of cheesed and then the strength team is just going to steamroll you. But I think that with the addition of Robin to allow your team to launch their specials far quicker and also giving a little bit more offensive power, I think that's really what you kind of need to go up against strength rather than go the bulkier side. Though the quick driven powerhouse squad is still incredibly strong. Unfortunately, I don't own Orochi, so once I do pull that character eventually, I would like to test him out and see how he goes on the quick squad, to see how the defensive side will kind of approach things with like Fujitora, Pyro Rumble, Rare Recruit, etc. But Robin is another way you can play quick, and I think that's kind of nice that you have multiple different ways to play the same team. So that's going to wrap it up for me. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. On that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.